in order for you to define what you want, take some time out, yeah? Sit down by yourself and write it down, bro. You see, when you write it down, you can understand. When you put pen to paper, you can really see exactly what you want. But you're meant to have big goals, not because of what you can achieve, but the person that you can become in the pursuit of chasing those goals. Do you get what I mean?
You have to stretch in order to grow, and it's like you said with the whole goal journey, end goal and stuff, like you need to stretch yourself and stretch your capabilities in order to grow into the person capable of achieving that end goal. Welcome back to another episode of the Energizer podcast that leaves you charged up.
Fully all the way,
man. You know our thing. So again, you're here with your two hosts, myself, Ty, and
Flyest Man in West London.
I like that one, Flyest Man.
Come on,
strong.
You know the thing.
So today, man, what we're talking about?
What's the topic
of today is how to define who you are and what you want.
Strong topic.
So I like that one already, man. So I feel like within that topic there, the title, we have to break it down. So there's the first section,
who you are,
yeah,
and then what you want.
Break
it down into two different routes.
So what's your take on that? You go on either or, man, left, right.
Yeah, I'd say, especially as a man, yeah, let me not even say that. Everyone in general needs to know who they are or who they want to be. Do you get me? Do you get what I mean? Before you want to know what you want to do, you need to know who you want to be. Do you get me? Who do you want to be? How do you want to portray yourself in front of people? Like, what type of confidence do you want? How do you want to dress? Have this picture in your mind, this image in your mind, and then live like that already. Do you get what I mean?
Strong. And that ties back onto what we speak about last episode about just believing it first and like that whole fake it till you make it aspect. And I feel like for me now, I agree with that, and the reason why I agree with that is because you need to know what your end goal is. We said this before and I'm going to say it again, like, unless you know exactly what type of individual you want to be down to the T, what are you doing right now? Because what you're doing right now is, like Tay said last episode or a couple episodes back, you're going nowhere very fast. Like, unless you know, cool, in 3 years time I want to be living here, I want to be living in this area of the world, I want to be making this much per year, I want to have this family, this amount of kids, I want to be married, yeah, what are you really working towards now? What does your career look like at that time?
Running a race and no finish line.
Thank you. So like, you need to like, what's the word? Reverse the way you go about life.
Yeah. So reverse engineer. Start from the end and work your way back.
Took the words right around. Start from the end. So like, literally that. I'm just gonna repeat what you said. Reverse engineer, innit? So like, I know someone could ask me, Tyler, what does 23-year-old you look like? And I'll tell you straight to the T. I know exactly where I want to be living, how much money I'm making, what my life looks like, all that stuff. So now, what my body looks like even. So now, fast forward back a few years prior now, everything that I'm doing today is leading me to get to that point.
100%.
What's your take?
That's the best way to do it, bruv. You need to figure out where you want to go, and then what you do, you backtrack. Do you get what I mean? What does this person look like? What do they do on a day-to-day basis? And now you need to match that work rate to get there. Do you get what I mean?
So let's look at it from the flip side, because the actual topic is how to define who you are. So now we're talking about what you want, but
let me take the stage.
Go on.
Yeah, I feel like in order for you to define what you want, take some time out. Yeah, sit down by yourself and write it down, bro. You see, when you write it down, you can understand. When you put pen to paper, you can really see exactly what you want. With your mind, you got bare different thoughts racing in your mind, whatnot. It's hard to do that. Sit down and write it down. What I done, I wrote down my personal goals, my business goals, and my financial goals. Now, what I do, I read through that every single day. As you said in the last episode, it's repetition. Do you get me? Reading that every single day, eventually, that goes into your mind. That's what you start to see. That's how you start to see yourself. Do you get what I mean? So
strong.
That's how I feel like you define your goal.
Strong.
Write it down.
So in terms of your goal,
it's hot in there, boy.
Yeah, it's hot. In terms of your goal and stuff like that, yeah, is that your end goal, or what type of goal is it? What's the
cool.
time frame?
How I break down my goals, I've got A goals, B goals, and C goals. Yeah, cool. So an A goal is a goal that I know that I can achieve, kind of similar to what we do in a mastermind, where I know I can achieve this goal in a week. B goals is like, I know I can achieve this, but it's going to take some work rate, like it's going to take some time. My C goals are goals that I don't have a clue how to achieve. I don't know how to achieve it, I just know that I want it. And those are the goals that I go over every single day, because it's like, I don't need to know how to do it, I just need to have the will to do it. Do you get me? All the resources will come to me. All the resources, the abilities will come to me. But first, I need to have the will to go out and get these goals.
Strong. We're like 5 minutes in, and I'm just thinking, I got to watch this shit when this comes out with it, and watch this. I'm trying to say, take notes and that, because you're strong in it. That A goal, B goal, C goal. I've never heard of that, my bro, and that sounds like a very good point. I might have to implement that into my life as well. So it's like, it's like different severities or different difficulties, should I say, of the goal.
If you have a C goal, people feel like it's not attainable because the goals are so big, but you're meant to have big goals, not because of what you can achieve, but the person that you can become in the pursuit of chasing those goals. Do you get what I mean? Now, let's say your goal is to be a millionaire now, the £1 million, that's the object, but who are you going to become to get to the £1 million? That's the main thing. In order for you to get to that million, you're going to become a person that knows how to save the money, invest the money, be resourceful, build up your networks to get that £1 million.
Add value.
Do you get what I mean? So the goal is important, but it's also the process. Do you get me?
Nah, man, I love that, man.
What do you reckon about this? The process is more important than the product.
The process is more important than the product. I agree with that. And I'll tell you why, because I can't remember who I listened to or where I read this piece of information, but I read this online, and it was basically saying that when it comes to goals and stuff like that, a lot of people like to look at the end goal instead of enjoying simply the journey. Do you know what I mean? And the process. Like, let's look at a song now. When you go to listen to a song, you don't listen to a song with the end goal of like, I can't wait till the song's finished, No, you enjoying the process, the journey of listening to that song, the build up, then when the beat drops, then when your favorite verse comes in, the chorus, you know what I mean? That's the journey, that's the process. So why are you not looking at that analogy like that? Like when it comes to your goals, let's look at, forget the finish line. The finish line is important, but you're gonna get there regardless. But what counts is who you are becoming, who you're evolving into, who you're able to develop, and what things you can learn and accumulate in aid of becoming the person worthy of achieving that end goal. Do you know what I mean?
The end result is like, it's like the final finish line, but in order for you to get to that finish line, who are you becoming? That's why your goals need to be so big that when you tell other people, it's like, you can't achieve that. Do you get me? Because other people are in your mind. No one could come to me and tell me right now, Tavon, you cannot hit the goals on your C list. Because I told them what my mental image is so clear in my mind, no one can tell me nothing. No one can tell me nothing, because I know that if I'm consistent in what I'm doing, them C goals are attainable. Do you get what 100%.
I mean? And someone even told me within my work, this is like a couple months back, and it really stuck with me and resonated with me, and it was that you have to grow, you have to stretch in order to grow. And it's like you said with the whole goal journey, end goal and stuff, like you need to stretch yourself and stretch your capabilities in order to grow into the person capable of achieving that end goal. So your end goal, for example, is to be a millionaire. You need to stretch your limits, you need to stretch yourself, stretch your mindset, stretch your value, all these things in order to grow into the person worthy of then having that byproduct of £1 million.
That's the word I was looking for, byproduct. Do you get me?
100%, man. So 100%. Let's even look deeper than that, because we kind of just spoke about like what I really do agree with, and so do you, working backwards to work forwards, you know what I mean? So set yourself clear end goals to know where you're going as of today. I really do resonate with that. Like, that's how I live my life now. So instead of me saying to myself, let me just go, where am I going to? No one, for example, no one gets in the car not knowing where they're going. Do you know what I mean? Even when you go to the shop and you don't know which shop, you know you're going to a shop. Do you know what I mean? So everyone gets into that vehicle knowing where they're gonna not park the car, where they're gonna stop driving by they reach a certain destination. 100%. So when it comes to your goals and stuff, why are you not thinking that same way? Why are you not thinking, what is the actual finish line here? What does that look like? Because that's how you get into this whole rat race stuff. Like, you have nowhere what are you working towards? What are you actually waking up and doing your 9 to 5 for? Do you know what I mean? Do people even know that? Like, I'm waking up and I'm putting in all these hours, I'm doing all this overtime, I'm doing A, B and C, X, Y, Z, for example, to get to here. Or are you just doing it like dilly dally, oh well, just another day? Do you know what I mean?
You know what it is? Some people, they're working just for the short-term benefits, which is the pay. Do you know what I mean? Everyone works to get money, but it's what you're gonna do with that money now. Do you get me? Like, in order for you to become financially free, you need to put that money into something that can grow outside of your 9 to 5. Do you get me? Think about it, 9 to 5, you're limited to those hours at work. You can put your money, I see money like soldiers, every pound that you have is a little soldier, so you get paid from work, you put your money out there, now your soldiers go out to work, and then they get more troops. You come in and you collect more troops.
I like that analogy.
That's what I feel like you need to do with your money still. So some people see work as, I'm gonna work so I can get my money each month and I can buy some new trainers. But no, if you work, put your money into something, I see it like a tree, bro. The money that you get from work is like seeds, you put them into loads of different places. Now you plant different trees now. You don't cut down the trees, but you get the apples from the trees now. You eat from the apples. Do you get what I mean? Type of thing. That's my
strong
analogy.
And even on that, I'm gonna take the conversation somewhere different, because like what you're saying, the fundamental thing that I've learned from what you just said now is the power of long-term thinking, and that's what I want to talk about briefly. Like, the power of thinking long-term is so powerful and important to you building long-lasting success, in my personal opinion. And what I mean by that is, like how you said, people work for the short term, just for the check. But if you work just for the check, because you're not thinking long-term, as a result, in the long term, you will always be just working for that same check. Do you know what I mean? The check will come, you'll spend it, you got to work to earn, that earn to consume treadmill. Do you know what I mean? But if you think long term, if you can say to yourself, I'ma stick to something long term for a long period of time, or I have a long term vision, you will get so much further in life just by thinking of the steps ahead rather than the step to come. Do you know what I mean?
100%. See long term, see your vision. Don't see short sighted, don't see next week, think about next year. Do you get what I mean? With everything that you're doing.
Strong. It's even like the eyesight versus mindset thing I said about like Prince Donnell a couple episodes back. Like, at the end of the day, eyesight is like 31st of every month I'm getting my check from work. Do you know what I mean? I'm up now, I've got a young however X amount of money. Mindset is saying, cool, I've got all this money, but me spending this money on short-term things or materialistic items that's not going to benefit me in any way is not helping me in terms of getting towards my long-term goal, which is here now. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So why am I going in this direction when I'm really trying to go here long-term? Do you know
it's
what
that
I mean?
short-term gratification, bro. And that's what everyone's chasing, that short-term pleasure, that I want this now. But they don't know that in the long term, they're hurting themselves more than they're helping themselves. Do you get what I mean?
I like that, hurting yourself more than helping yourself. Question, why do you think people are more focused on short-term gratification rather than the long-term in general?
I just feel like people can be short-sighted. Do you get what I mean? They allow the temptation to grab them there and then, not knowing that if you just hold tight for a little bit longer, what you can achieve is going to be much more than you can achieve here. Do you get what I mean? I feel like people are just short-sighted. They can only see tomorrow, next week, but they can't see further down the line. Do you get what I mean? Strong. What about you though?
For me, I feel like myself in some aspects, which I'm having to unlearn and reteach myself, is I feel like in general a lot of people are just impatient. For example, we look at social media, we go on our feed now, we probably see someone who's 23 in Dubai living it up. So now me, I'm not in Dubai, I'm not living it up per se. So now I'm like, how can I get there short term? They want that in the now. They see other people and they're subconsciously being almost brainwashed by the perception of success that they see online, the perception of success they see through the media, which doesn't really mean anything or hold any weight. So I feel like when it comes to thinking long term, that's not appealing anymore to people in our generation, Gen Z specifically. Thinking long term is not appealing, because why am I going to think about 10 years plus when right now I want to look good, right now I want to be in Dubai, right now I want to be doing ABC? But if you was just to say to yourself, you know what, I'm gonna do the long route, I'm gonna invest my money, I'm gonna be smart with my money, I'm gonna have this goal of working 5 years plus, so that after the 5 years are done in my 9 to 5, I'll now have saved enough money and invested my money to be doing what I really want to do. If you just have that long-term vision and you stick to it, you will get a lot further than if you was to carry on with that short-term perception.
Even just using the Dubai example, it's like, do you want to go to Dubai on holiday for 2 weeks, or do you want to stay out there for a month? Do you get me? That short-term thinking is, I want to go to Dubai for 2 weeks, get lit and blow all my money. But if you wait a bit longer, you can go to Dubai and spend a month out there, and when you come back you can still be up, type of thing. Do you get me? So,
do you know what I think as well, even with long-term, I've had to really, I'd say just over a month ago, I literally sat down with myself, spent a whole evening, it was like a Friday evening, I was just thinking to myself, what do I actually want? Do you know what I mean? What do I want? And then I wrote it down, like you said, I wrote down everything that I want, my goals. So that was my version of my A, B and C, but it was basically my C goals, like we said, And then I said, cool, what are the necessary steps to get me to this position, but to stay in this position? Because again, I don't want to be going
achieving
nowhere
the goals
fast.
One thing, but maintaining the goals a whole
Thank you. I don't want to be going nowhere fast. I want to be able to live comfortably in this position once achieving my C goal. So it's not even a C goal, it's a C lifestyle now. Do you know what I mean? And once I said that to myself, and I saw that, I was like, I'm gonna commit, to doing things only thinking long term. Whenever I do an action now, it's always long term. What would this look like in 5 years? So me, for example, going gym. In the short term, it's long. Gym, the weather's not great, I CBA, rare tear, I can't be asked to go 3-4 times a week. But in the long term, in 5 years time, what's my body gonna look like? What's my physique gonna look like?
It's that man in 5 years down the line that you need to try and please. That man 10 years down the line that you need to try and please. You get
Thank you.
Not the man tomorrow.
Thank you.
You get what I mean?
And I feel like now that I've started to think long term, I feel like I'm a bit more unique compared to other people in our generation, because I feel like a lot of people think solely in the short term. Do you know what I mean? Now that I think long term, it's almost different, because I'm living life through a different lens. I'm thinking, cool, what does this look like for me in 10 years time? So if I'm able to save away X amount of money for the next 10 years, or invest X amount of money for the next 10 years, what's my life going to look like? If I'm able to stick to this 9 to 5 for 7 years plus and invest 30 to 40% of my income, what's my life going to look like? 100. Everything I do, even with this podcast, if I can stick to this podcast for 7-10 years plus, what's my life gonna look like, 100%. Rather than just doing it for 2-3 months expecting a quick flip. And
so how would you say for people to change that mindset from short-term thinking to long-term thinking? Because me and you both seem like we both have long-term visions of what we want to do in life. So how do you feel like a person that's short-term or short-minded would be able to flip that mindset?
I would say, in order to flip that mindset, you gotta ask yourself, is the things that I'm doing on a daily basis congruent with the life that I'm trying to live in 10 years time? So what I mean by that is, you're out, example now, you're out partying every weekend, every single Friday, every single Saturday, you're drinking alcohol now, you're not saving any of your money, you're living life in that short term, you earn to spend, you know what I mean? In 10 years time, what does your life actually look like? Now you've probably got some liver problems because of the alcohol you're consuming. Not saying, obviously that's society, in society that's accepted to drink alcohol. I'm not saying I don't have a problem with people who drink alcohol, but I'm just saying, now in 10 years time, you're 30 plus now, you got liver problems, you got bad health because of the stuff you're doing consistently in the short term now, you had, because of your poor spending and saving habits, now you're in a rat race, your pockets are weak now, you know what I mean? Now you're not really where you want to be, you might be in debt. Is it worth it? So ask yourself, that party you're going to now, is it worth it? Do you know what I mean? That time when you're doing bare drugs, paraphernalia, whatever you want to call it, now, is it really worth it? For me, people might look at me and be like, this guy's boring, man, like doesn't mean to say that I'm a slave to my success. I go out from time to time, I enjoy myself, I have my own definition of fun that I live by, but I'm so long-term orientated, I'm sacrificing short-term fun and short-term pleasure on a mass scale, so I can really live it up in 10 years. When I'm 30, 32, my fun would be, let me just fly out and take my whole family to the Caribbean.
People feel like your 20s, we're touching our 20s now, we're in our 20s, innit? People feel like this 10-year period is your time to have litness, to go out, do the mad thing, but it's not. This period here in your 20s, you're meant to be building. So you see, when you touch your 30s now, bro, you don't need to work. You can travel the world, you can do what you want to do. So anyone that's watching this, if you're in your 20s now, and even if you're not in your 20s, it's not too late, but focus the next 10 years of your life, just on what you need to do. Like, what do you want to do in 10 years time? When you're 30, where do you want to be, bro? Do you get me? And this 10 years period is preparation for that 30 period.
100%. I mean? And I also feel like you just need to, it's up to you, switch in between that short term to long term perspective in life. I see it like a lens. It's not that hard to do, but it's just about, are you going to maintain living life through that long-term lens for a prolonged period of time that's going to help you build success and real wealth for a long period of time.
That's what it is, consistency. And I feel like having the desire to do something is where the consistency will come in. If you have no desire for what you want to do, you're not going to be consistent at that. Do you get what I mean? 100%, so you need to have a strong desire for whatever it is.
100. So the title again, how to define who you are and what you want. The first thing that comes to my mind, is purpose. And I just love that word so much, purpose. So I personally believe that in order to define who you are and also define what you want to do when it comes to your life, you need to live life on purpose. I feel like a lot of people aren't really doing that. Like, you have a purpose, are you waking up with intent because I'm waking up because I'm going to do this because that's my purpose? I'm waking up today, I'm going to get this done because that's my purpose. Or are you just waking up dilly dally and just another day, it's Sunday, tomorrow Monday? Do you know what I mean?
100.
Like, live life with intent, live life on purpose. Like, you're meaningful. You want to do something.
Live life on purpose.
Do you know what I mean?
Like that,
and when you really think about it, a lot of people are not. I used to not be living life on purpose. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like life was living me. I sat down, like, I'm waking up, like, life just coming past me, because I have no clear intention. But now I live life on purpose. I know where I want to go.
You wake up knowing what you want to do.
Thank you.
You go out your bed with a purpose.
Thank you.
Like Nipsey said again, find your purpose or you're wasting air.
Thank you.
Do you get what I mean?
Talk on that.
Find your purpose, otherwise you're here living this life with no direction. As you said, you're running a race with no finish line. You're running nowhere fast.
Strong.
Do you know what I mean? Wake up, when you get up out your bed in the morning, know what it is that you're chasing. Do you get what I mean?
Strong.
Know what you're hungry for. So
strong.
That's what I'm saying.
And I also feel like the quote, be a man on a mission, and this is not just specifically for men. Like, obviously man, woman, whatever you are, you need to just have a mission in life. Do you know what I mean? Live life again on purpose. Know what you've come here to do. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's to help, whether it's to give back, whether it's to accumulate, whatever it could be. That's for you to find out. Do you know what I mean? And for you to know. By the end of the day, make sure you're living life with intent. Make sure you're living life on purpose. You're purposefully going out there to achieve certain things because you have a goal. You have a mission.
Another thing that I would say is live life on your terms. Do you get me? You're born alone, you're gonna die alone. Do you get me? So don't allow outside influences to dictate where you wanna go in that 10 years. I feel like people can have that short mindset because the people around them have short mindsets also. Do you get what I mean? Don't follow the crowd. You need to know what you want to do within 10 years. Stick to that. Right now, no one can come to me and tell me to do something that I don't want to do because I know exactly where I want to go. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like
strong.
For me to be the best me, I have to be me. Not the person that you think I should be, not the person that my mum thinks I should be. I got to be me to be the best version of me. Do you get what I mean?
I like that.
Outside influence, bro. Yeah. No one can get you to your destination apart from yourself.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
That's a deeper one, man. That is actually a deeper one. I never really thought about that specifically in the way in which you said it, and it's so true. Like, live life on your own terms. Like, in order for me to be the best version of myself, I need to 100% commit to being myself.
If you want to be free, if I want to be free, I have to be me. That's the motto that I live by. If I want to be free, I have to be me. So when I'm in situations with people and they're going left, if I'm not trying to go left, I'm not going left, bro. I'm going right because I need to be free, bro. My goal is to be free, so I have to be me at the end of the day. Do you get what I mean? I don't care what no one comes and tells me, bro. Like, they can say, yo, Tavon, you're boring. Why you not rolling to the parties, bro? Do you get me? Like, I got bare friends. And there's nothing wrong with partying, bro. There's nothing wrong with partying. I've got bare friends that get lit every week and whatnot. Sometimes I'm there, I'll be real. But my thing is like, there's balance, bro. Do you get me? Not a lot of people know about this balance thing. You need to put your purpose on a higher scale than litness. Do you get what I mean? Litness is always going to be there. But your purpose is ticking, bro. Do you get me? Your purpose is ticking. Eventually, there's certain things that you can't do in your day-to-day life. Do you get me? So get that purpose from now.
That's strong, man. And that's what, that even ties back into the title of today about like how to define who you are. It's simply by just committing to yourself to be 100% authentically you. There's nothing wrong with being you. Like you said, it's so, I feel like when it comes to things like social media, we're gonna touch on this properly, do you know what I mean? Have an episode separate to that. But what I would say is that when it comes to social media and stuff, a lot of people are susceptible to allowing their perceptions of life and who they are to be changed or dictated by the things that they see on social media, which is wrong. Because from time I'm allowing what I've just seen on I'm Just Bait now to consume me and change the way I think, now I'm not being 100% me. I'm only 85%.
Hey, what I'm saying, listen, be a trendsetter. That's my clothing brand, Trendsetter. You can see I'm wearing it right now. Trendsetter. Be a trendsetter in everything that you're doing. People think that being a trendsetter is just how you dress. It's not. I'm telling you now, it's a mindset. It's how you conduct yourself. Do you get what I mean? A trendsetter is a person that creates his own blueprint. He don't follow no one else's route. He creates his own blueprint, and his blueprint is then followed by other people. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like in every aspect of your life, you can apply that trendsetter effect. Be a trendsetter in your life. Think that even if you don't think people are watching you, there's people watching you. Do you get what I mean? Lead your own life because there's people that's following behind you. Do you get me? So just assume the position as a leader because you are a leader in your own way. There's people watching you. Even if people don't come and tell you, you're my role model, I'm watching you, there's people watching you and they're following in your footsteps, whether you like it or not. Do you get what I mean? So be a trendsetter in everything that you do. That's what I
like that one, man. And that's deeper than just a brand, man. Like the core values and principles you said there about being a trendsetter, like how to be a leader. Like everyone's a leader within their own right. Do you know what I mean? That's strong, man. I like that, man.
Yeah, like,
so like
I personally, and I have to because I own the brand Trendsetter. I see myself as a leader. Do you get what I mean? How I move in my life, I see myself as a leader. I feel like there's people always watching me. Do you get what I mean? Even if there's not, that's the way that I move in my day-to-day lives, because it's like I've got a certain expectation on myself and I have to maintain that. Do you get what I mean? Because this thing's just not about me. It's not just about me. Energizer isn't just about me. It's to inspire and help loads of other people. The same with Trendsetter. Do you get what I mean? It's not just a clothing brand. Through the brand, I'm trying to give people game. I'm trying to give people knowledge type of thing. Do you get what I mean? So it's deeper still. It's deeper.
Boy left me speechless, boy. That's deep, man. That's strong, man. So like, let me ask you a question now, yeah? What actionable steps do you think that people can take in order to define who they are? So what do you think they can, we've given the mindset as per, yeah? But what do you think they can actually do, someone who's watching now, to define who, or get the answer of who really am I?
Who do you look up to? Like, when I say that, I mean like a celebrity, someone that's doing their thing in life. Who do you look up to?
I say Mike Rashid.
Mike Rashid, yeah. He's a YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
Men's like mindset type.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So in your mind, that's a person that you want to be. Obviously not exactly like him, but you want to mirror kind of how he lives his life. Do that, bro. Research on him. How does he move on his day-to-day life? He's a YouTuber, so you're winning. You can see how he actually moves. Research him, study him, and then implement these things into your life. It could be a small little switch, like waking up at a certain time or reading a certain book just to improve your mindset. Do you get me? So everyone has their role model. Everyone has that person that they look up to. Figure out who that person is and then see what they do on a day-to-day basis. Do you get what I mean?
Strong.
Not to say copy them. You still need to be your own version of yourself, but look at the examples. There's examples out there. Do you get what I mean? That's what I see. So.
Strong. That's what I was going to ask as well. So like you said not to copy them, but take from them, What does that look like? Because how am I able to take from someone else but still keep who I am? How am I still able to be authentic to me? Because
you're Tyler, your name's not Mike. Do you get what I mean? Your name's Tyler, so how you're going to deal with certain situations are going to be unique to you anyway. But I'm talking about the core. It could be the habits that he has on a day-to-day basis. Do you get me? What habits does he do? Habits are subconscious things that you don't even think about. Like a car, like you driving your car, you don't think about how you change gears. It's just natural to you. So build these positive habits and you become that person. Do you get what I mean? So that's what I would say still.
Damn.
That's what I would say.
Damn, you just leave my speeches. I'm just thinking like, like I'm really learning still.
But flipping, someone I look up to is that Nipsey Hussle. Yeah. You can probably see it from the colours that I'm wearing, how I move. Like Nipsey's the person that I look up to. Do you get what I mean? He's even got the same birthday as me, deeper. But I feel like the way that he conducted himself when he was here, it's like that's what I want to do. Like the way that I live my life is based on what's my life going to be like when I die? How are people going to remember me?
Like the impact.
Yeah. When I die, I want people to be able to learn about me. I want people to say, yo, Tavon done this, so I'm able to do it because Tavon started from a similar position that I did. Do you get what I mean? That's my whole purpose here on earth, is to leave an impact. I want my name to live longer than I will. Do you get what I mean? So Energizer, these videos are going to be here forever. Trendsetter, the clothes that people wear, it's going to be there forever. Do you get what I mean? So everything that I'm doing is like, it's not for now. Again, it's long-sighted. What's my legacy going to be when I'm gone? Do you get me? That's my thing still. My thing, that's my thing.
I ain't even got nothing to say, fam. Like, man, just, that's a deeper one still. I got a question, What's your opinion or perspective on the quote, you have to visualize to actualize?
We said it on the last episode still, like I feel like everything starts in your mind. Do you get me? Every single thing that you see in this room, in this world, started in someone's mind. Do you get what I mean? So in order for you to actualize it, you need to visualize it. Not only visualize it, but you need to feel it as well. You need to feel like you can actually do that. Otherwise it's just thoughts in your mind. But you need to actually feel as if you can do that. Do you get what I mean?
Nah, I get what you mean.
Did I answer your question properly?
That makes sense still. So you're basically saying like, in order for something to be in the physical realm, one needs to believe it in the mental realm first, 100%. Basically. Yeah. 100%. Like, nothing's built from the outside, everything's built from within. Do you get what I mean? So figure out what it is that you want to do, visualize it, study it, meditate on it. Do you get me? And then figure out a plan of action to actualize that. Do you get what I mean? Strong. Do you have a vision board?
I don't have a vision board. I know that they're helpful. As I said, I got my ABC goals. You can call that a vision board. It's just in words.
Yeah, that's fair enough still.
What about you?
Nah, I don't. My brother does though, and like he shows me and talks to me about his vision board all the time, and it's proper inspiring.
And that's important, you know. You see, like speaking about it, it's important because it sets the intention in the universe. Like it puts the intention out there. This is what I want. And when you tell your brother, or even you, when you're speaking about what you want in life, say it in the present tense. Say it as if you've got it already. Do you get what I mean? Don't say I want to be a millionaire. Say I am a millionaire. Move like you are a millionaire. Do you get me? Assume the position of a millionaire type of thing. Do you get me?
That's back onto that point about affirmations and stuff, man. Like, again, not to get too deep now, but words cast spells, innit? So like, the phrase I am is the most powerful phrase ever. Because anything you say after I am, you're literally casting that spell onto yourself.
So that's why with my A, B and C goals, with my C goals, I put I am happy and grateful that I blah blah blah. I am happy and grateful that I blah blah blah. Do you get me?
See, I am right there.
I am. And it's saying that I'm happy and grateful. It's assuming that I've got that already type of thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people might not believe in that though. Some people may not subscribe to the writing it down, but I'm telling you now, like it's definitely a real thing. When you write it down, you can write down a clear plan on how to achieve that. Do you get what I mean?
Strong. The reason why I mentioned mentioned the point about having like a vision board and stuff is because I feel like with the type of people that we are, it only aligns with us.
Yeah,
it's even making me deep why I don't have one. It only aligns with us to have like a vision board or something, because like we both agreed, you have to visualize to actualize. So with your goals of whatever they are, I'm happy and grateful that I've achieved A, B and C, blah blah blah, have an actual picture so you can see what that looks like how I said earlier on in the episode, like what does 23-year-old you look like? What do you have materialistically? What's your mindset at? You need a picture of that so you can see it and be reminded of it every day. If your goal by 24, for example, is to have a Range Rover or a Lamborghini year or something, you need that picture there so you're reminded by every day. You're visualizing that, you see that in your vision board every single day, so you know what you're going for. Do you know what I mean?
And sometimes it's a thing where you need to actually feel it. Do you get me? Let's say that range is what you want. Go to the showroom and feel that range, sit inside it, get that feeling of what it's going to look like when you're driving down the road. Do you get
Let's talk on that actually, because I'll be so honest with you, I don't even really do that, you know.
You don't?
Not saying that I don't agree with it, I do agree with that, but I'm being a bit willfully ignorant, just being honest to the fact where I know it's the right thing to do, but I just don't do it. So what's the importance of doing that?
I feel like it just enhances that visualization. Like, imagine you're looking at a picture, it's cool, like it's not a real thing, it's just a picture. But if you're actually sitting in this car now, you can feel what the level feels like. You can see how you turn the dials on the radio. You can see what the dash looks like. Do you get me? It's like these things make it real. Do you get me? It's easier to touch when you can actually feel it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. For me, I might have to start doing it, man. And like, I hear a lot of successful people who I might like subscribe to on YouTube and stuff say things like, oh yeah, like I would go to this nice hotel, or I would go to this restaurant or this place so I can, you know what I mean, be already in that environment.
Faking it until you make it.
Oh yeah, you know see, strong. So you're literally faking it until you make it. Even if you ain't got enough money at that restaurant to buy nothing apart from a glass of water, you're still there. You're still in that.
You have to be where you want to be mentally before you can be there physically. It starts in your mind. Everything in your life. Do you get me? This podcast, we didn't just turn up here. We thought about it. We thought, all right, cool, we want to start a podcast. Let's find different places. It starts in your mind. Do you get me?
Believed it.
You believe. So before you get anywhere, you need to start with that in your mind. Set clear intentions, clear definite intentions. You need to know exactly what you want, how you want it, how is it going to feel when you have it. Do you get me? How are you going to speak about it when you have it, type of thing. Do you get me?
Strong. I feel like, again, man, what did you call it earlier on? Reverse programming. So you need to know your end goal. Reverse engineering, sorry. You need to know where your end goal is to know where your for now goal is. Do you know what I mean? So unless you know really and truly what your C goals were, your B and A goals don't really make sense, because your B and A goals should be shorter goals which are a part of achieving that long-term goal, the C goal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
100% strong. You saying you got anything else to drop?
Anything else to drop?
Bro, what's your like your purpose, bro? What you doing this live thing for, bro? Do you get me?
I'm doing this live thing to help people, but I feel that's a bit too generic, so I'm being a bit more specific.
I was gonna say that too.
My purpose in this life is to help people through my creativity, to help build up people's mindsets and help people want to be a better version of themselves than they were yesterday. I feel like that's what my purpose is, and the vehicle I use to do that is through my creativity. I'm a very creative individual, so it's practical things, having a podcast, speaking, do you know what I mean, uploading clips, etc., etc. These practical and creative things is the fuel, is the vehicle in which is going to get me from point A to point B, point A where I am now to point B, helping someone, aka fulfilling my purpose.
Strong. Love that. Strong. I respect it.
What about you?
You're living in that anyway, so you're on track with your purpose.
I hope so.
I'd say that my purpose is to inspire people through what I do. Do you get me? Not directly go out there and say, yo, you can do anything that you want, but through me and my craft and what I do, I want to inspire other people. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Also give people opportunities through what I do. So with Trendsetter right now, there's people that I give opportunities to. I can just bear names like Ems. I've put him in a position where he's now a model, like he's modeling for other brands. Nadine, I've put her in a position where like she can go out to different shoots, even though they was doing these things before, but it's like Trendsetter allowed them to have this platform to build their thing up a bit more. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like my thing is to give people opportunity. Even with Energizer, we're giving people to come sit down and speak about their craft type of thing. Do you get what I mean? So my thing is inspiring people and then giving people opportunity as well. My thing still
strong. I got another question on that. Do you feel like someone can have multiple purposes? Have you ever thought about that? Because I even elaborate, just as you was explaining your purpose, I'm sitting there thinking like I really do resonate with what you said a lot, and I also feel like on top of what I said about helping people practically through my creativity, maybe another one of my purposes could be helping, like, I don't how do I articulate this in the best way? Helping bring better opportunities and stuff to my family. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So then with that being said, that's 2 purposes now, do you know what I mean?
Or maybe it's just one big purpose and those are like sub purposes underneath.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Because you said your purpose is to help people, right?
Yeah.
So by you giving people opportunity, you're helping them, type of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like your purpose has to be so big that it can only be one. Like it's so big that you can't have 2 different purposes. Like you're going in 2 different directions. Your purpose needs to be
That's
so
true.
big that it's just, this is what I'm doing. But underneath that, you can have loads of different.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Strong.
That's what I think anyway.
So cool. Boy, enough silence in it, but do you know what it is? I'm just deep in, like, you know when you're just thinking like, bro, this take guy's kind of woke. Like,
I think the same thing about you, my bro.
I'm learning, man. Like, just really changing the way I think. So I've definitely learned a lot in this episode, man.
Come on, bro, man.
So one gem on the way out, man.
Now, what I would say, what gem I would leave for you guys is to understand the brand Trendsetter. Trendsetter isn't just a clothing brand. It's your mindset, it's how you live your life. Trendsetter isn't just clothing, isn't just tracksuits, it's knowledge, value, game that we're providing within these tracksuits. So what I was going to say before is moving forward, when you go into your right pocket, you're going to feel a card in there. Inside that card is going to have a piece of knowledge, a piece of value that you can share with one of your friends. Do you get what I mean? Because as I said, the trendsetter is your mindset, how you think on a day-to-day. So yeah, that's what I say, just be a trendsetter, man, still.
My gem would simply be, figure out what your purpose is, man. And I'm pretty sure I said this in a previous episode or we touched on this, but do you know simply how crucial it is for you to just be waking up every day with intent, living life with intent, knowing that there's something out there that you want to achieve? Like I said earlier this episode, live life on purpose. Don't just live dilly-dally, I might do this for 5 minutes, that 5 minutes. No, live life on purpose. You have clear set directions and goals of where you want to go, and you're working every day to achieve that. So live life on purpose. That's
strong.
My biggest regret in life is not fully committing to the things I wanted to do in the past because I was scared of the belief of others, or should I say the non-belief of others in what I wanted to do. So what I mean by that is there's so many things that I've started in the past, like just things that I didn't really stick to, because the simple reason why I didn't stick to it is because I was doubting myself, because other people didn't really share the same vision or believe in me as much as I believed in me. Do you know what I mean? So when people are putting their own opinions of self-doubt and lack of belief in me, I was allowing their opinions to affect me to the point where I'd stop doing what I wanted to do. Okay. Does that make sense? That's my biggest, I don't want to say regret, because I don't like to live life on regrets. Everything I've done in my life with good, bad and the third has got me to this point, and it's been a learning curve. However, if I could go back and change one thing, I'm not labeling it a regret, but if I could go back and change one thing, it would be that I used to allow the opinions of others to stop me from doing what I wanted to do.
It's mad, because I was going to say something mad similar as well. So can't lie, when I was younger, like I used to value people's opinions a lot.
Yeah,
do you get me? To the point where it'll dictate what I do on a day-to-day basis. Do you get me? But from now, well, this has happened. I've changed this mindset for like a year now, and since I've done that, I've just seen my life go like this, because really and truly, you're the only one that really knows what you're capable of. Do you get me? Even if it's your parents just want the best for you, but really they don't know what you're capable of. Do you get what I mean? So I had to realize that I'm the director of my life, so no one can really tell me anything. Do you get me? Advice and opinions, they can help, but the main route is me. What do I want?
Strong. At the end of the day, you're the only one that matters in life, man. And like you said, born alone, die alone, innit? One thing I've come to realize, that there's only 2 things that's guaranteed in life. Do you know what they are?
What?
Yes.
Life and death? I don't know.
Nah, 2 things that's basically, the only 2 things that's guaranteed in this life is death and taxes.
Yeah.
And when you deep it, it's true, innit? Like,
so I'm not pay their tax.
Nothing else in life is guaranteed other than that. Death and taxes, you know what I mean? So when you think about life like that, do what you want to do, because nothing is permanent. So why are you not going to try and capitalize off the right now? Why are you not going to try and capitalize off your idea that you've got now and make that into a reality? Do you know what I mean? What have you got to lose? Nothing. What have you got to learn? Everything.
Strong. 100%.
Strong. I got another question. What would you tell yourself 5 years ago? What would you tell yourself 5 years ago?
5 years ago. Let me think about this one. What did I tell myself 5 years ago?
I got something to say after that, but I'm gonna let you land.
What I told myself 5 years ago, I told myself to stay on track with who I am. Do you get me? Like, bare different things happened in my life and it changed who I am. Do you get what I mean? But I would tell myself 5 years ago to stay aligned with the person that you are now. Do you get what I mean? Don't allow outside influences or people to change who you are. Do you get me? That's what I tell myself still. What about you?
Strong. For me, I would tell myself 5 years ago to always think long term, because that's the quickest way to getting rich or wealthy, should I say. And it's a bit ironic, like long term thinking, building wealth for the long term is the shortest or quickest way to build wealth in a sense. Do you know what I mean by that?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I would say to myself, because it's like at the end of the day, yes, it's good to go parties, yes, it's good to enjoy yourself, but everything in moderation. Do you know what I mean? Think about, like, I just look at my life now and imagine how much further along I would have already been if I started implementing the things I've implemented this year 5 years ago. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why I asked you that question as a whole is everything you just said about what you would tell yourself 5 years ago, you should tell that to your brother.
No, you're right still.
Like everything you just said right now, looking back to become a better man, why are you not telling that to your little brother now to make him learn from your mistakes? Like how we said a couple episodes ago about being a mentor and stuff like that, and like fast tracking his journey to success. You already went through your trials and tribulations, so why are you not dropping that game onto him to help him be a better man than you are? 100%. And that's my responsibility to drop it. I don't have a little brother to drop it to my little cousins, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
For them to be a better man than we were.
100. I feel like that's what I'm doing indirectly anyway, though. Yeah. Like, without actually telling him, but he can see that his big brother's making moves out here. Do you get me? Like when I'm out here and I'm doing different things, I'm thinking, what's the legacy I'm gonna leave behind? You know that I've got big responsibilities, innit? Even outside of my brother. So this whole thing's bigger than me now.
It's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. So yeah, man, that's just how I move, man. I think about, if I do this today, how's it going to affect my family's life, or how's it going to affect how they think of me in 5 years' time? Do you get me? Yeah, man.
Facts. Strong.
Yeah. But we're speaking about preparation, and you see me, I've never been comfortable unless I'm prepared. Not even prepared, over-prepared. Like, I will not be in a comfortable position unless I'm prepared. And I've noticed there's a few people in life that they're comfortable being careless. I've never been that type of guy that can be careless and comfortable and pretend like everything's calm. Do you get me? I don't know what it is, but that's just always been. I mean, what do you reckon?
I reckon I used to be that person who was very careless, and even to some extent I still am, and that's just me being honest. You know what I mean? The first step to change action is recognizing inaction. Do you know what I mean? However, I feel like in some aspects I do like to over prepare. Like when it comes to things like work and stuff, like I love to just practice and practice again and again to make sure I'm almost like at mastery level or something. Do you know what I mean? Because I like to something that you taught me, actually, I'll be so real, is like, if you're on time, you're late. Do you know what I mean? You didn't say this to me directly, but just through being observant of you and your actions and stuff like that, that's something I've definitely learned. Like if you're on time, you're late, and if you're early, you're on time. So that same principle of doing more than to become normal, and if you do normal, you're less than. I've applied that to life. So if I don't over prepare on these clips, I'm not doing it right. So if I haven't got all my clips ready for the week, I'm not doing something right. If I've not over prepared for something, now I've under prepared, even if it's normal. Do you know what I mean? That's how you gotta see in life.
100.
Because, and I also feel like that ties in with like our trajectory, bro. Like we know where we're going and we know where our end goal is. So that because we're working harder than the average man, that's our new normal. So if you look at a normal scale, we're here. Do you know what I mean? But because we're on an upward trajectory for such a consistent amount of time, that's now our here, because that's our normal. Do you know what I mean? Which means that if we're here and we decide to become normal, like the majority of people are doing, to us that's going this way. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a banger. That is a clip right there. That's a clip.
That's how I see life, though, innit? And it's deeper than that, man. Like that's how you need to think. Like your new normal is what someone would perceive to be like, raw, Tay's doing bare, he's doing a clothing brand, Energizer,
Like, you know when like people have conversations with me and they'll say, Tavon, you're really doing your thing. It's like, I don't see it. You get me? Because to me, this is normal. That's how it should be. Day-to-day life. But sometimes I look at the people that's around me, just people that I know, they're not doing the things that I'm doing. But I understand it though, because they're not going the places that I'm going. In order for me to get there, I need to do way more. You get me? They may be doing 5, I got to do 10 to get further.
Thank you. So like I said, bro, just a minute ago, take that into life, bro. Like whenever you find yourself doing what the majority or the normal normal is, in terms of you and your goals, you're doing less.
Yeah, I'm going down.
You're going down. You're doing less. That's 100%. Not acceptable. Do you know what I mean?
So we gotta have the same end goals still.
Thank you. Pardon me. So in no area or aspect of life should you be doing the normal, because what the normal is really here. And I read it from a book as well. Not even a book, Mike Rashid, and he said in one of his clips that if you're average for so long, you'll end up falling off. And it's true. Like, life is binary, bro. You're either going up or you're going down. So if you're in the middle, eventually you're just gonna fall down anyways. Because even, let's look at the gym. If we know that we should be going gym 5 to 6 days a week every week, that's us on this trajectory. From time we're like, I CBA today and I CBA on Thursday, I'm going 3 to 4 times a week. Now we're here. And if we do that 3 to 4 for a consistent amount of time, because we think it's acceptable to do less, we're gonna do less again. And now before you know, we're here.
There's not really a maintaining level. It's only up and down.
You can only the point of maintaining in these specific things I'm talking about is not actually maintaining for a consistent level, because at the gym you maintain and then you fall off. You don't maintain forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, strong.
That's how I like to look at life, man. What books are you reading at the moment, actually?
Right now I'm reading as I said to you, The Paradigm Shift. And basically what that's about is just,
I want to get that book now.
Yeah, bro, get the book, fam. Get the book. Even like some of the things that I said today, that's why I got the book. That's why I got it from the book, sorry. Do you get me? Like, basically what your paradigm is how you see the world, how you see your life type of thing. Do you get me? And your paradigm's built up of, one, your genetics, like, you're born from your parents, so you're going to have their certain paradigm in you anyway, but it's your upbringing, how you see the world, the things you listen to, do you get me? And they all come into one, and it's like, cool, now I've got this mental image of the world. Do you get me? So if you have a negative paradigm, you can work as hard as you want, but you're not going to see many results from it because you're in this negative paradigm. Do you get me? There's a cap on what you can do. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like that's something that I had an issue with, because I feel like I'm telling you now, I work harder than 99% of my peers, bro. Do you get me? But it's like I'm not seeing the results as much as I should be, but it's because where my mindset is. Do you get me? And because my mindset is at a certain way, it's affecting the way that I move on a day to day.
So let's break that down. What is your mindset? What was your mindset like?
I feel like my mindset back then, which I'm constantly changing, is like, success is, what's the word? Success is a chance. Even though we spoke about today, success could happen. Do you get me? But I'm changing that mindset now. I've changed the mindset to, if I'm putting in this work, success is due to me. Like, success is owed to me.
It's only a matter of time, bro.
Do you get me? It's only a matter of time. So I had to change that mindset. Do you get me? And then also, I was saying it to you before, it's like having other people's opinions, letting my opinion be faded out type of thing. Do you get what I mean? I don't allow outside opinions. It don't matter who it is, you, my dad, my mum. If I know I want to do something, no one can tell me nothing type of thing. Do you get me? That's just the way that I move now. But I didn't back then. Do you get me?
Strong.
But yeah, man.
I love that, man.
What do you reckon about the quote, the highest human act is to inspire?
I agree with that, you know. I feel like before I used to be very selfish. I was just like, you know what, live for myself, die for myself, do things on my own. But I got people who look up to me now, do you know what I mean? And it's knowing that I'm able to inspire, influence and plant seeds in other people makes me feel fulfilled as an individual, knowing that I'm almost like I'm passing the baton down to someone else. Do you know what I mean? I'm sharing the light with someone else. So I do agree with that quote, that the highest human act is to inspire. What about you?
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like the highest human act is to inspire. I learned that from Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey said that the highest human act is definitely to inspire. And I feel like that's the best gift you can give someone, inspiration. Because with that inspiration, they can build their own massive fortune over there. Do you get me? So it's important still.